on the dark web where you find that shit. But thank you. He still has the 2-year rotation. Oh, weird. Oh, that's right. So now they're gonna diverge even further. So alchemy, and I mean, it was already totally different when they put Lord of the Rings into it, but now it's gonna be a completely different format. Codename. Why? Why does it still exist? Domino, yeah, I've never really gotten into DBZ. I've heard it's good. I've seen some of the cards, trading cards and stuff, but the animations, like I've never even watched a full episode, I think, of them. But teary-eyed? No, I'm good. Really? I don't know. I just came back from a run. It's air conditioning, fan blowing in my face, but no, I'm good. Thank you. Remember, they give the renewal for standard rotation. So where do I see that? I don't know if I see. Do I see it somewhere? They didn't give me an actual reward. It just popped into my collection, I guess. I didn't click. I just skipped through it. I restarted it. So. Oh, and then it rotates, and then you get the stuff. Okay, I don't pay attention to any of that stuff, so I don't even know. Thank you, Domino. I appreciate it. How have you been, man? How's life? Oh, okay. But it's coming. Okay, so it's coming up. So it's like they give it to us like weeks before the actual rotation, just to show that it's coming. Okay, I never noticed that, or maybe I did and I didn't remember last time. Let's redo this. So, what was I gonna do? So I was gonna play some standard. I was gonna play with Teamer Fireballs, but before that, I want to look at spoilers. There's been a bunch of new spoilers for Bloomborough. It's coming down the pipe here. All the ones with the maple leaf on them. It's a very Canadian set. There's a syrup elemental. Mabel, heir to Cragflame. Are these all new? I've seen the Hugs guy. He got spoiled already, but you know what? I can just go to newest spoilers. Rook Egg, how you doing? Show that they are thinking of us lowly players. Yeah, right. Here's what's coming. You can't have it yet, though. Yeah, they're treating us like small children is what that feels like to me. Don't dangle it in front of my face. Just give it to me. I'm a goddamn adult, grown-ass man. You don't have to tease the fucking egg. Just don't show it to me. On the day that I'm able to open it, give it to me. That's it. I don't need to sit there staring at an egg. Canadian set, yeah. Dugio! How you doing, man? Mind Sculptor at limited? Oh, yeah, right. These cards are, I guess, or something. I don't even know. Are these bonus sheet cards? No, they're just alternate. You're going to be able to open these in the set, but they're not going to be standard legal, so who cares? Okay, here we go. Beza, the Bounding Spring. When Beza enters the... Okay, so a 4-mana 4/5, already decent, but legendary is a knock against it. When Beza treasure... When it enters... Oh yeah, they changed it. They no longer say enters the battlefield. Enter means just enter. Charlie, what's up? I have no idea. I'm in the same boat as you. Not all the Magic World is talking about the new Foundation set. Yeah, oh, I was talking about it yesterday. Yeah, it is a big deal. It's huge. And it's good. Good. More sets that don't rotate. So our creatures... Our frog, I was looking at this guy. So our frogs don't lose value. I bought a $100 playset of frogs. Now they're worth $40 because Modern Horizons 3 came out and now Ragavan got slammed. Or, you know, the rotation's a different thing than, I guess, I'm comparing Modern Horizons 3 to, which I think is apt, but it's still, rotation sucked for Standard. It was one of the biggest complaints people had about Standard. It's the reason Modern was formats where people hated not being able to play with their favorite cards once they rotated because they were worthless and they were no formats to play them in. Here's a format where all your cards hold all their value forever, and you can play whatever goofy deck you want from 20 years ago, and it's still, you know, it's Commander, you can run it, right? Modern was cut because that's what Extended was before Modern. But that's all changed now. There is no eternal format, no true eternal format anymore. And it makes sense. They're a business. They want things to rotate. Eternal formats make them a lot less money, so. Anyway, let's focus on these new spoilers. So when Beza Bounding Spring enters, make a treasure. If they control more lands than you, you gain 4 life if an opponent has more life than you. And then make 2 1/1s if an opponent has more creatures. So yeah, as I think Waft Turtle posted it in our Discord and said it's like a souped up Sunset Revelry. Oh, only draw 1 card though. Really? Don't draw 2 cards or just 1? 1 card equals 4 life, 2 1/1s, and a treasure? Are these all equal? No. Are they? I would pay 4 life for a treasure. 4 life for 2 1/1s. They all, I think, you know, considering, like, think about the fact that, yeah, if all these things are equal, they're not all equal though. I think the treasure is basically the freest part here. But the other stuff is a little trickier to set up. This is still a 4/4. Remember it, and if your opponent had one creature, you would get two creatures. If you play this, you're not getting two creatures. You know what I mean? If they have one creature and you play this, like this counts as a creature. So it's a little worse than Sunset Revelry. Like it's actually harder to make the 1/1s here, but a 4-mana 4/5 is also really good against aggro. I just don't. Sunset Revelry's 2 mana. I don't know. I don't like that card very much. I don't think it's gonna be good enough for standard, but. Bravekin Duo. The commons I'm not going to on. Kidnap. 4 mana, gift a card. You may promise an opponent a gift as you cast this spell. If you do, when it enters, they draw a card. What? You can gift your opponent a card? That is fucking terrible. You control... Wow. Oh. Okay, well, it's still worse than Control Magic because you're giving them the card back. But 4 mana Mind Control, but it's stunned? Is that a good card? I mean, stealing a Shoulder, I don't think that's very good. That like Control Magic effects are always great because you get a 2-for-1. You're not just getting a creature, you're taking one of their creatures and getting a creature. This gives them the card back, and then you can't even use the creature for 3 turns. Sunset Revelry rotates, okay. But think about it this way. What do I want against aggro? Imagine how the games play out. Turn 1, they go Monastery Swiftspear, you play a land. Or they go Swiftsphere into something. And on turn 3, they have 3 creatures, you're at 10 life, and you're like, okay, I have this thing in my hand. I'm not going to survive to cast it. Or I'm not, even if I do cast it, life, it's not going to be enough to stop them from just shooting me in the face with a couple lightning bolts, you know? I need my red hate cards to cost 1 or 2 mana because that's when the red deck is doing its thing, is in the early turns. You know what I mean? So, what? It doesn't give them... No. I said it gives them a card back. So, a creature is a card. Like, you can reduce everything to just pieces of cardboard, right? This is it normally because you take one of their pieces of cardboard and you go up 1 piece of cardboard. But if you give them another piece of cardboard back, then you're not up a piece of cardboard. You're just equal, right? You know what I mean? Wait, what? You can not pay the gift. Wait. You may promise. Wait, what? Oh, if the gift wasn't promised, put 3 stun counters? Okay, so yeah, it's still just bad mind control. It doesn't matter. Sure, so you don't give them a gift and then the creature is useless. That's no good. If you not up a card, like, so it's, yeah, not good. Clement reward 3 mana 3/3 vigilance when this guy or another ETBs return up to 1 target creature controlled lesser mana value. Jeez. Yeah, that's not very good, I think. Okay. A little win more, but also, yeah, like an engine that's really fragile. That, yeah, just too many. It's a Shoreline Looter. Can't be blocked. Okay, just a looter, but can't be blocked is interesting. So this is basically, what was the Looter Ilkor, right? That was the unblockable one. Okay, I'm going to skip the uncommons and commons. Sure, we'll talk about that when limited season arrives. Valley Rotcaller. 1/3 menace for 2. When it attacks, you drain them where X is equal to the number of squirrels, bats, of other, so it doesn't count itself. Ugh, yeah. I don't know if Kindred Woodland Creatures is going to be a deck, but maybe that'll see play in exactly 1 deck, but I doubt it. Ooh, Mythics. Season of the Bold. Oh, there's a cycle of seasons. Sweet. Are they all the same color or same mana? 5/5. I'm gonna look for the other. No, I'm gonna look for the other one. So here's the red and black one. The red one says, "The hell is that? What is that? 5. Is that a paw print worth of modes?" I'll do the black one first because the font is bigger. It's got less words on it. Choose up to 5 paw points worth of. You may choose the same mode more than once. So you get 5 points to spend, and then you divvy them up. So for 5 mana, you get each player sacks 5 creatures. That's a sweeper, right? That's pretty good. Or you get draw 2, they sack a creature. That's pretty good. Or you get each one loses X, where X is the number of creature cards in graveyard, draw a card. Or they sack 2 creatures. Interesting. Or draw. Oh, sorry. Draw a card for each creature that died. So yeah. So you can. A lot of the times, I think you're probably just gonna go 2 mana. Or sorry, 2 points to draw a card each time a creature you control die. Oh, you control? Oh my god. Okay, so some sack deck. Interesting. That is a interesting mechanic. Okay. No. We just started looking at spoilers. Sunset Reveille rotates. Yeah. But you're right, Bruno. Thank you for pointing out that I didn't realize the gift is a May. So those gift cards are essentially modal, and you get one or more of the effects based on whether you gifted. It's kind of interesting. Yeah. And you can. Does it say sack the creature? Hold on, I gotta go back to that. No, you don't sack the creature or anything. So yeah, you steal the creature. If you don't give them a card, you can't use the creature for 3 turns. So yeah, you're taking a shoulder or something, great. But in most games, this is not going to be that good. Stealing a creature is a tempo swing because now you can block with that creature. But if you steal a creature and then stun it, so really, what are you going to do? You're going to steal their creature and give them another card? They're just going to play another creature. They might play a better creature. That's, I still don't like that card. I don't think it's very good. Oh, there's a planes. Is that Ral? Oh, what? What? Ral? You're a furry now? What the f happened to Ral? Hold up. Season of the Bold. Choose 5 points worth of modes. So I presume this cycle of seasons is all the same. 5 mana, double colored, and then you get 5 points worth of modes, and they each have a 1, 2, and a 3. Make a tap treasure. Wow. So 5 mana go up 5 tap treasure? That's pretty insane, ramping 5 to 10. 5 to 11 if you make a land drop, right? Exile the top 2 cards of your library, the top 2, until end of your next turn. That's pretty good. So that's all. So you could go like, yeah, make 3 treasure, exile 2 cards. That's pretty interesting. Until the end of your next turn, whenever you cast a spell, Season of the Bold deals 2 damage up to 1 target creature. Hold on, I'm going to turn the Neocam on here. He's still with us. Whenever you cast a spell, it deals 2 damage to up to 1 creature. 1 creature specifically? Weird. I think the most powerful card is part of the card. These seasons seem okay. The black one seems interesting. Just 5 mana, each player sacks 5 creatures is actually pretty good. It's just a good, solid Wrath that gets around, you know, Thrum the Last Troll and things like that. Then again, so do all sweepers, really, right? Thrum's not indestructible unless it's their turn. Anyway, we have, you know, Deadly Cover-Up, so I'm trying to think if there's a reason you'd ever play this over Deadly Cover-Up or something, but... Corey, how you doing, buddy? Sorry, I'm just focused on spoilers here. Set looking good so far? I don't know yet. I mean, we just started looking at this, so I'm not even looking at the commons and uncommons. I'm just looking at the rares. So far, nothing's jumped out at me, but I've only looked at like 4 cards. That's kind of, modal is good. Yeah, Orange, exactly. Modal is never bad. Modal always better. More skill intensive, too. Players to leverage their skill. Players who really understand what's going on in the game and know which things to prioritize are going to play these cards much more effectively than players who aren't thinking at the deeper level. You know what I mean? So, yeah. They said it stacks. Sorry. Oh. Okay, so it stacks? So up to 5 worth of mode. Choose 1 mode, then you choose another mode, then you choose another mode. 5, okay, so is it gonna go on the stack that many times? I don't think so, right? It goes on the stack as separate, like, things that you can respond to? So let's say I go... You may choose... So what is this? Does this count as a triggered ability? It's part of the spell resolution, right? So, like, you couldn't, in the middle of this, you couldn't Tishana's Tidebinder one of the modes. Could you? I don't think so. You can do that with, like, Ill-Timed Explosion and stuff. The cards are worded so weirdly now, I don't think you shouldn't be able to interfere with this once it starts. Triggers on the stack, if they all stack separately, then you can, I think, right? Tap the Alania, Divergent Storm, 5 mana, 3/5, all these legends. Whenever they put legend on something, it's a bad thing. This isn't modern, where being legendary is insane because your cards are the One Ring and Nadu and you'd rather just get a new one every couple turns. In Standard, this is just a huge knock, right? They're for Commander, basically, because you can't, putting 4 of these, any of these in your deck, like, it has to be so good that it's a kill on sight card. Is this a kill on sight card? 5 mana, 3/5. When you cast a spell, if it's the first instant spell, sorcery spell, or otter spell other than this that you've cast, you may have target opponent draw a card, and then you get a copy. Your opponent's cards. It is cool. It's a good way to balance things because you're doing something crazy here, right? You're getting a card. but you're getting a specific card. You're not just the card you're playing, which is obviously much better than a random card, which could be a land in your deck. But then you're giving your opponent a card to kind of balance that out. Now, you're still up on that exchange, I think, because again, you're copying something good, but it's hard to gauge, right? Exact card. Oh, there's the land Atraxa, or there's the 5th land Sunfall, or whatever. Like, I don't know. Weird. Not great, because almost impossible to make that good, right? Glarb. I love the name. Of course, he's a frog. I'm Glarb. My Lord Glarb. He's a noble. 3 mana, 2/4 Death Touch. Very statted up here. You may look at the top card of your library anytime, play lands and cast spells, mana value. Ooh. And tap to Surveil too. Oh, that's powerful. So there's a few reasons why this is actually very powerful. It's a very low ask here, right? The mana cost is low. Yes, it's 3 colors, that sucks, but that's cheap. The activated ability is very low cost, literal 0. Just tap them. That's fantastic. And then letting you like this is like draw cards, right? Colin, how you doing? Good morning, sir. How's life? All the furries come out. The blue seasons on the bottom. The blue seasons on the bottom cost 6. Best color? Oh no, really, Bruno? Okay, I'll get there. Seasons of Loss. If you sack 3 of your own creatures, then you would have draw 3 cards. Right. Sack Heavens first, then draw. Yeah. I was gonna say, Corey. Well, we should know that now. I'm just knowing the rules right now. To even parse it, I would have to go look it up, but they have probably released a ruling about the way this mechanic works, since it's a new mechanic and how it'll interact with the stack. If it's a triggered ability that goes on the stack, you'll be able to Tishana's Tidebinder it. So you could counter the first one. Draw a card for each creature you control that died, you flash in Tidebinder, counter that one, then each player sacks 3 creatures. Like, that makes this much worse. I don't think it's gonna work like that. I don't think it's gonna stack Season of Loss on the stack, and then as it resolves, it'll change from this to each player sacks 2 creatures, whatever it is, you know, draw a card for each creature that died. Walk Turtle, what's up? Yeah, doing well. Rook Egg, oh, did Rook Egg clarify? It goes on the stack. Yeah, so it'll be 1 instance on the stack, which means you can counterspell the whole thing, but you can't Tishana's Tidebinder it, for example. But it's weird because it is the way Explosion works, like it's a condition that has to be met. This isn't the same thing. Paying for these isn't the same as meeting a condition. Interesting. I think this card is powerful. I mean, it's a Courser of Kruphix. Instead of double green, it's 3 color, but it's got Death Touch, great blocker, great defensive play earlier in a slower, grindier deck, and then just getting play of lands and mana value for top is very powerful. Interesting. I obviously right now in standard, but that's an interesting card. I wouldn't be surprised if this saw play in some wacky graveyard-based deck or something, like Squirming Emergence. I mean, for something like that. Sweet. Repurchase, nice. No, you're right. Oh yeah, Vampire. I mean, yeah, we've been, and same with Ravnica, we've been to the same planes so many times. I just love plane that's not a plane we've been to a million times. And the Eldrazi aren't here, and it's the Phyrexians again, and it's like, can we just do something different, please? Set, basically. It's why I didn't like Universes Beyond. They do less of this stuff. Oh, thanks, Corey. You listened to it. Hey, I love to hear that. Appreciate that. Yeah, there's so much to talk about. Like, sometimes I say the wrong word. Like, I'm talking about this March of Otherworldly Light, but I mean the March of Swirling Mist, or like, you say things. Yeah, I wasn't actually talking about that. I'm talking about, like I said, post-board instead of post-rotation. And sometimes I listen to about 1 or 2 minutes just to make sure that the levels are correct and it sounds good. Like, you know, watching your own content and stuff, I hate it. I can't, I have never been able to do it. When I was an actor, I hated looking at the replay or the, you know, stuff. Playback, they would call it. But in content creation, you have to, just to make sure everything's working properly. And the jank thing, I don't know, it's weird. We switched from using OBS Ninja to Discord, so now the mic sounds weird. But anyway, I listened to it and I could hear a couple of things that we said that were just like, that I wish I could go back and say again more clearly, but it's so hard doing it just live. But Glarb's cool, right? Yeah. Talked about the gift mechanic a little bit. Yeah, we've only seen 1 gift card yet, so it's very weird. Here's another one down here we can talk to, but I'm making my way down the list, so let's just keep going. Ygra, Eater of All, Elemental Cat. So cats are like the bad guys here. 5 mana, 6/6 ward, sack of food. Whoa. So I presume this gives your opponent food, because otherwise this is straight hexproof. Other creatures are food. All the creatures become food. Your opponents and yours. Wow. Whatever. If we put 2+1+1. Wow. No trample. No trample on a big growing beater like this is just, that makes it unplayable. That's really unfortunate. So they basically have to, like, nobody's going to be playing food in their deck. It's going to be very rare. I think in standard, there's only one deck that plays a card that could potentially generate food. The green-black deck. The Restless Cottage can make food. Well, I guess, and the, if you count the Simic Artifacts deck as a real deck, but I don't think it's a tier 1 deck, so. But yeah, there are very, very few decks in standard right now that are deliberately making food. Maybe food's a big part of this set, though, and then this guy, yeah. Why Mythic? He needed trample. This dude needed trample. I just love the flavor. Everything becomes a food. I want to see this in Vintage Cube eat like an Emrakul or something. That would be great. The buffet. Thornvault Forager, 2 mana 2/2, or didn't want to say about each card. What do you think of Yigra here? Kidnap, what is gift a card? Okay, so look. Oh, where is it? Yeah, we talked about Kidnap a bunch. Kitnap, which, haha. It's all puns these days. So 4 mana, you control enchanted creature. You know what I find? This is honestly one of the best things I heard. I can't remember where I heard it. With every single card, this is the way they design cards after Modern Horizons 3. The best way to look at a card is to start at the bottom and read up. I think it was Nantuko, the new Nantuko, Gift Heart Nantuko or whatever. I'm like, this, I had to read that stupid thing like 5 times. I'm like, what the fuck does it even do? So if then they have, but then it makes a 1/1. So it's, you start at the bottom and read up, and it's so much easier to parse all this crap now, the way they word these cards. So you control enchanted creature, so it's mind control. In ETBs, you control enchanted creature. But then when it enters the battlefield, you tap the creature, you gain control of it, and if you did not, if the gift wasn't promised, it gets stunned. So you control the creature, it taps it, and then it gets stunned if you don't offer a gift. And of course, the last part of the card is you can offer a gift, which now we know what it does. If you offer the gift, you get the card tapped. That's it. If you don't offer the gift, you get the card with 3 stun counters on it. So gifting a card means giving your opponent a draw after, what is it? Right away, as soon as it enters, right? Yeah. So this gift mechanic, it's kind of cool. It basically lets them explore a more powerful space without, you know, and then at the same time balance the card. So none of these cards are ever going to be broken, because the whole powerful aspect of a mind control effect like this, control magic or whatever, is it's a 2-for-1. You're taking their creature and you're getting a creature. Here, you're getting a creature, but then you're giving them the card back. If you don't want to give them the card back and you want to get your 2-for-1, then it's not really a 2-for-1 because you can't attack or block with the creature. So it's like you didn't get another piece of useful cardboard like for 3 turns. Eventually, maybe it's now you got a 2-for-1, but a lot of times with control magic, it's a big tempo swing. But here you're taking away the tempo and you're taking away the card advantage. You can either give them one or the other. You know what I mean? So overall, it's not that great. That's gift in a nutshell. Gift a card is they draw a card when this ETBs immediately. So they don't have to wait. It's not until next upkeep. It's not anything like that. They just draw. So, sorry, where was I? Run away together. Yeah, we were here. We looked at all this. I'm not looking at commons and uncommons. Oh, hold on. Stormcatch Mentor. Ooh. It's a spicy one. Little red-black spell. Red-blue spells deck. I was here. I was looking at the seasons. I looked at Glarb and Yigra. And a 2/2 that taps to add a mana, but we're about to get, this is way worse. Forage. Wow. Forage, exile 3 cards from your graveyard or sack of food. Wow. There's a lot of cards that work very well with self-mill here. That's powerful. 2 mana that it's not restricted to just casting creatures or anything. You can do anything you want with the mana, and it's just tapped to make the mana. Exiling stuff from the graveyard's easy. It's easy to fill the graveyard, right? That's actually pretty powerful. I could see this being a deck. Somebody builds a deck around this that's very powerful. Self-mill, reanimation like Squirming Emergence, maybe in the same deck as Glarb. Just really start filling that yard. Tapping for making a bunch of mana here. Can run very few lands. Sweet. Phineas, Ace Archer. 2 mana 2/2, Vigilance, Reach. Again, the legendary aspect of all of these cards really hurts them. This guy's not a legend because he's meant to be, yeah, mana dork. You need a bunch of them, but Whenever this guy attacks, put a counter on each other creature you control that's a token or a rabbit. Then if creatures you control have total power 10 or greater, draw. Okay. That's a rare? Okay. White-green aggro? I'm not really worried about this ever being a card. Temporary lockdown makes something like go wide 2-drops not playable. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work. Plus, anything that cares about rabbits, like here's another one: rabbits, birds, mice, and bats. There are very few creature types outside of this set that are gonna be. How many of these types are seeing play in standard? Bat is the only one I can think of. With the dusk, whatever it's called, deep cavern bat. Mice are Lord Skitter. This is nice with Lord Skitter, I guess. I mean, Lord Skitter is really the best possible card you could play. Anytime a mice ETBs, you scry 1 as well. Yeah, it's got to be this guy, and Lord Skitter would be the base of whatever deck this. I don't know what that looks like or if it's any good though, but yeah, Thorn Vault could be very good. Yeah, Regal Bunnycorn. Okay, it's not seeing play, but it's a card. You're right. There's a Bunnycorn, and then I guess Bunnycorn gets huge. And maybe you just immediately get to start drawing cards? But this guy has to attack. No, that's no good. Warren War Leader. 4 mana Rabbit Knight. Look at this guy. 4 mana 4/4. Offspring 2. The rabbits build 2 as you cast this. If you do, when it enters, poop out a 1/1. Copy. Whoa. Oh, wow. So it's a 4 mana 4/4 or a 6 mana 4/4 1/1 that says whenever you attack, make a 1 tapped and attacking. And then, wow, getting a copy. So it pumps the whole team. So if you get this and a copy and then you attack next turn, one of them can make another creature, or they could just both pump. Yeah, it's not good enough, but interesting. I like the Offspring mechanic there. Too expensive. Tender Wild Guide, 2 mana 2/2, Offspring 2, so 2 mana 4/4 copy. Ooh, that's pretty powerful. So on turn 4, you play this, copy it, or Offspring it, and then untap on turn 5 with what? 7 mana? Because you have 4 mana on turn 4, and then you make a land drop, go up to 5 mana on turn 5 with 2 of these guys in play, slam Atraxa. It's pretty good. Put a +1 counter on this creature? No. There's just better ways to ramp, though, I think, to turn 5 Atraxa, right? But that's a way to do it. Interesting. Camellia, the Seed Meister. No, Seed Miser. 3 mana 3/3 Menace. Other squirrels you control. So much Kindred, which makes sense in this set, right? It's weird. It almost feels like this set is not going to work well with a lot of other sets, but I could be wrong. Other squirrels have Menace. When you sack 1 or more food, make a squirrel. 2 and Forage. Forage, remember, is remove 3 cards from your graveyard or sack of food. Pump all the squirrels. Not amazing. Ral. So what? I don't know if any. Do we have any Vorthos in here? Skitter? Skitter, yeah, Lord Skitter. That's what I was saying, Sleepy. It's going to be insane. Yeah, with Skitter. Exactly. Orzhov, yeah, Bats and Rats. Orzhov could be. 3 Blind Mice. Wait, is that standard? 3 Blind Mice. Is that in standard? I thought that was some alchemy card. Am I thinking of something else? Yeah, trigger the same turn, Possum Gang, yeah. Exactly, Godfather. There's easier ways to do it, right? Yeah, it's weird. It's isolated. That's a good way to say it. It feels like the mechanics are very inbred. They're all meant to work with the other cards in the set. It feels like Brothers War, or no, like Phyrexia All Will Be One with the poison mechanic. Poison's such a bizarre. I talked about it on the podcast. Like, Infect and Poison are like, or sorry, not Poison. What is it? Toxic. Toxic is like a 1-set mechanic. There's a deck in standard. All the cards are from that 1 set. As soon as that 1 set rotates, that deck disappears. It's just not possible anymore. Like, that's weird. I'd rather have cards that overlap with all the, other cards in other sets and can work well together. Because keeping it like this, like making it so dependent on other types within this set means, yeah, these cards won't play really nicely with a lot of the stuff outside this set, right? Some will, of course, but there's the odd bat or rat or whatever in other sets that are really good. We talked about Skitter, we talked about the Cavern Bat and stuff, but you need a critical mass of stuff for a Lord to be really good, or something that pumps an entire what do you want to call it? Species of creature. You know what I mean? But so let's get to these. So Ral, what happened to Ral? Does anybody know what happened to Ral here? He ends up putting on his furry costume. So 4 mana 4 loyalty Planeswalker. Okay. When you cast a non-creature spell, put a loyalty counter on Ral. That's powerful in a control deck. So ETB +1, go to 5 loyalty on turn 4. That's thing but reasonable. Create a 1/1 blue and red otter token with yeah, basically a chump blocker. Draw 3, discard 2, and then draw 3 cards, get an emblem. Wow, okay. The ultimate's powerful, but with a +1 and starting at 4, this is a dream. You're never gonna get there. I don't know, blue-red super spells, you gotta play a ton of spells, have this guy survive, then minus and still have a ton of spells left to play? I don't know. Draw 3, discard 2. I don't know. I don't see that. I don't see Ral being good, but again, there could be some combo deck, some Reanimator, Grixis Reanimator. I don't know. This guy's a way to put cards in the yard, but again, you've got way better ways to do that, cheaper ways to do that. Nope. Season, choose up to 5 worth of. So, draw a card. Is this? Oh, it's a sorcery. Choose an artifact creature, copy it. It's pretty good. And you do it in order that it's chosen. So you start with return each thing. No. Okay, so you copy the thing, and then it's a token. And then you bounce the copy and bounce. Or copy, draw. Interesting. What do we think about that? Hey, Deranged Hermit, yeah. Sorry, let me catch up with you guys. Seasons of Weaving in limited. Oh yeah, in limited it's gonna be very good. Limited, some of these cards are gonna be very good. I'm not even thinking about limited yet though. This is only constructed talk right now. Should have made one toxic. What's that, Haiku? How you doing, Haiku? By the way, or Huevos? Sorry, not Haiku. Should have made toxic show up more. Yeah, like if they wanted it to be good, right? He was stunned too when he awoke, so he just awoke in Bloomburrow and he's an otter. Wow. Build 3 blind mice. When token spam deck, do it, Onion. See if it's good enough. It might be. It's just you gotta play around sweeper tokens thing. You've gotta have answers to sweeper, or it's either duress or some counter magic, or I mean, I was gonna say Invasion of Gobakhan, but that, you know, we talked about that on the podcast too. That doesn't beat temporary lockdown. It doesn't beat fall. You know, and this is a frog too. Oh, they did. Oh, that was like the Christmas. What you're saying? They did alt versions, but those aren't standard legal cards. Those aren't part of the set. I don't count all that special nonsense as part of the set. It is if you're cracking packs, but it's not relevant for people playing standard on Arena and stuff, right? But Ashira, what's up? How you doing? Jace is a weasel. Yeah, that's right. Of course he is. Yeah, some of these things are going to be great and limited. Yeah, Neo doing well, Hashi. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. Sorcery Rift, draw 2 cards. Yeah, it's okay, but too naughty with the nonsense storm nonsense wave. Oh yeah, no kidding. The white instant spree? Wait, what? Simpson make 2. Yeah, that's insane, Waft Turtle. 6 mana though? 6 mana sorcery. Oof. I don't know. I don't think that's good enough for constructed, but I hope I'm wrong, but yeah. Yeah, you should still do it. Doesn't go around exile, exactly. The white, oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about. The Wrath, yeah. But yeah, exactly. Okay, hold on. Tender Wild God, we talked about. Season of Weaving. Maha, it's Feather's Night. I love that. 5 mana, 6/5 flying trample. That is demon stats. That's very, very good. Ward, discard a card, so you're always getting a card back if they kill it with a spot removal spell. Wow. Oh, that's funny. Base toughen. Interesting. I mean, it's big, but we've got a lot of big stuff you could jam. 6/5. I mean, you've got big demons and stuff already in standard for 4 mana 6/6, right? Flying. How can you break that 1 toughness thing? I mean, obviously the first thing that comes to mind is playing Pyroclasm type effects, but interesting, but not good enough, I think. I don't know. I don't know why you would play this over Aclazotz or something, right? Aclazotz is just a card advantage engine, and it kills them. Osteomancer Adept, 2 mana, 2 touch. You may cast creature spells from your graveyard by foraging, paying the other way enters with command. Wow, okay. Wow. It's not target creature, it's just tap, cast any of the creatures in your graveyard. So if you're filling your graveyard very aggressively, but man, this doesn't do anything else, it's just a 2/2 death touch. Eee. Early in the game, this is terrible, right? It just doesn't do anything. Muera Trash Tactician. Nice. The Trash Panda. 3 mana 2/4 at the beginning of your first main phase. Add green or red for each raccoon you control. So it always adds a red at the beginning of your first main phase, so you're never going to get it the turn at ETBs. Whenever you expend 4, you gain 3 life. Expend 4 as you spend your 4th total mana to cast your spells during a turn. Oh, wow. Expend. Oh, that's interesting. That's sweet. I'd like to see more stuff use expend. That seems like a very sweet mechanic. So as soon as you pay 4 mana for anything, no, cast your spells. So this will not count if you're activating a land or an artifact or anything else. You spend 4 mana on any combination of spells during your turn, you immediately gain 3 life. That's pretty good. And then when you spend 8, wow, that's powerful. Interesting. That is powerful. I don't know where you would want a card like that. There are decks that are going to be, you know, big ramp decks spending a lot of mana. This ramps you very slowly, unless you have other raccoons and stuff. Then it ramps you quickly. If you go, you know, 2-drop raccoon into this, and then turn 5, you've got a bunch of mana, slam it in during a turn. Yeah. So you could spend 4 on your turn, gain 3, spend 4 on your opponent's turn, gain 3. Right. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know where that's going to go, but that's powerful. Static abilities like that are powerful, right? Sleepy, thank you for the follow, buddy.
Welcome to the squadron, Sleepy. I'm a little sleepy now, sorry I missed your message earlier, but
so far, power level doesn't seem crazy. Yeah, it seems very reined in. The gift mechanic is like saying, okay, I'm going to do a really good thing here, but I also have to give you something, because it's like everything in the set is playing nice. Which, okay, I get it, for the flavor. Everybody loves each other in Magical Woodland, but let's be serious, all right? Magical Woodland, people aren't playing tournaments for hundreds of thousands of dollars. I want good shit.
I want stuff that lets me crush my opponents at a card game for children. Enough.
Castrel, the Wind-Crested. 5 mana, 4/5 flyer. Whenever one or more burbs you control deals combat damage to a player, choose one. Put a burb creature from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Okay. Counter on each bird, draw a card. Wow. The last one's the best one. So if you can curve a bunch of birds into this guy, birds usually have flying, which means they usually connect and you just get to draw a bunch of cards, but it's 5 mana? I mean, doesn't Gix do that for 3? Like, you know, we want that on a little bit of a cheaper. By the time you get to 5, yeah, I don't know about that. A little too expensive, I think. Ooh, lands. As the 3-tree city enters, choose a creature type. And amount of that color equal. Oh. This is like a weird Nyx. Okay. How can you break that? Breakable, that's scary. I'm adding a lot of mana, but think about how many creatures do you need of the same type to really do something powerful with this. It's 2 to activate plus the land itself, so it's like 3. So you've got to be generating at least 5, 6, which means you have 5 or 6 creatures on the battlefield. It doesn't matter what type they are. Shouldn't you already be winning the game? You know, shouldn't you just be playing Imidane's Recruiter and killing them? Why are you fucking around with this? Trying to make more mana, right? Maha, End the Festivities, but then you got to play End the Festivities in your deck. That card's Maha, right? That's my only issue with it. That's why I said Godfather. I think, you know, my first thought is like, oh, there's, you know, Pyroclasm effects, but then I don't want to play Pyroclasm effects, right? Torf, what's up? You're totally physically exhausted? Too warm, did too much sport. Round of mono blue, give me the strength to fall asleep. Sorry, Torf. I don't know if I can pull it off. The creature spell. Surveil 2. Okay. Weird uncommon cycle of lands. I don't love any of this. So is this kind of telling us where these the animals are located? Bird, frog, otters, and rats are blue. Bat, bird, mouse, and rabbit is white. So birds are always blue and white, right? Bat, lizard, rat, squirrel. So we've got bats are overlap there. Blue-black overlaps with rat as well. Oh, this is so complex. So if you're not, you know, it's like saying, I'm going to be Grixis, or I'm going to be the, you know, whatever, the Teamer or whatever. Now you've got to think about, yeah, like, am I the bird rat deck? That means I'm Esper. Am I the rat dog deck? That means I'm Sultai. Frog. Where's the other frog? Mouse, otter, raccoon. Lizard, mouse, otter, raccoon. Frog. Oh, frog is blue, yeah. So that's gonna get super awkward. Jesus. Creature Nykthos. Yeah, you need at least 4 or more, but even, yeah, 4 you're getting 1 mana. I mean, again, if you have 4 or more creatures, why aren't you just killing them with a lord or something, right? Need to untap somehow. Yeah, if you had waste untap it and keep, you know, something like a Kiora or whatever, right? Like Pioneer Green used to have. Still has, I guess. These lands are weird. They're not going to see playing constructed. These lands are gorgeous. We talked about Hugs already. Yeah, and I looked at the rest. Okay, well, an interesting set so far. Looking very low powered. The Planeswalker, like, you only get 1 Planeswalker per set now, unless there's some weird secret layer. Or secret whatever that we... No, they announced there's just a special guest list, right? That's it. 2 mana, destroy target creature. Wow. Okay. It's not an instant, but that's... yeah, that's just very insane removal. And no hoops to jump. Yeah, this is the animal take on all these Planeswalkers. Commander cards and stuff. Okay. So let's play some Magic. What should I jam here? We were doing Niv to Life yesterday. I was going to go to Temur Fireballs again. I could play the Artifacts deck. What would you guys like to see me play? Yeah, we need some new acronyms. Like, are you bats, wolves, or what? Not wolves. What's it like? If you're bats, frogs, and rats, then you're black, white. No. You're black, green, blue, right? The Artifacts deck. Esper? Oh, the control deck? No. I'll do the Artifacts deck for fun here. Let's see if we can switch it up. There were a few cards I wanted to try. I should probably put in God, I just can't, you know? That's the only problem. Let me see. There was a list I was let's see if I can find it again here. I thought it had some interesting ideas going on. This was from the 10K RCQ with 400 players in DreamHack Dallas. Oh, they were playing an Urza. That's right. And I was like, Urza? They're also playing Temporary Lockdown, Nexus of Becoming. I think Steel Seraph's just better. It's not amazing with Depop. But... could play Tidebinder in the main as well. Tidebinder's pretty sweet. What else should I jam? Super Friends, yeah. Brew some Super Friends? I already have the Artifact deck done, but yeah, I could try brewing Super Friends. It would probably be Esper if I was going to do it. Should I try an Urza here, or a Nexus of Becoming, or something crazy like that? So instead of Glass Casket Spring-Loaded, I could play... Temporary Lockdown plus Get Lost or something as my removal. Casket's pretty good thing. I could also run Temp Lockdown if I cut some of the Foundries and stuff. Should I try an Urza here? I'll try Urza. An Urza. And that's it. Old Man is going to the sea. Old Man of the Sea is one of my favorite cards. I remember seeing that and people telling me it was so good. And I was a little kid. I'm like, I can't even. It's got so many words on it. Tiny, tiny font. Torf, Torf, dueling onion. Torf, Torf, taken down. Careful, he's a bully. He's a bully. All right, Torf. Now.
Now you've got my attention, big dog. What? I'm right here. What's up?
There.
Do you have what it takes to face me, Torf? What? What? That's funny. I don't hear any chirping now, king shit. Come at me. I'm right here.
Oh. There we go. Justice. Game's rigged. Justice.
Finish him.
Yeah, exactly. Finish that Torf. Let him put him to bed. It's just past his bedtime. Go Calper, hold up. Oh, 480, okay. I'm gonna say, normally I can't just duel people with a massive Warhammer. Boom! Oh, go Calper. Ooh. Is that all you got, go Calper? Like an anime whenever they get hit and then they lick the blood off their finger. Animes are hilarious. I'm gonna keep this on the draw. Uh-oh, I'm against the local pro. Just the local pro, at least, not... Or a regional pro. I will keep that on top. Surveil lands are so good. You know, I was getting into a discussion about this, why... people were asking, like, about Storm, Ruby Storm, and didn't do very well at the Pro Tour. It's a very consistent turn 2 deck in Modern. It can kill you on turn 2. And we were talking about the Storm decks. Somebody was like, what about, why aren't they playing blue? Like, wouldn't blue solve a lot of the problem with counter magic and everything? And bounce, maybe they could bounce that Drannith Magistrate or whatever and go off. And, okay, so they don't know I have no... And I was like, yeah, but well, first of all, when you're playing Storm and you're playing Ruby Medallion in your deck, you just want to put all the spells in your deck. You want to have them all be red, right? I mean, if you're playing 4 Ruby Medallion, the Ruby Medallion doesn't just make your spells cheaper. It's not just like a 2-mana Goblin Electromancer or Baral or whatever. It actually makes your creatures cheaper. So Ral costs 1, Burgi costs 1. That's insane, right? So Ruby Medallion makes all your cards want to be red. And then the other thing that was really interesting, I heard somebody mention, was the fetch lands and surveil lands. Before, you used to play blue for cards. Oh, he's already chirping? Chill, pro. Could braided net here. Whatever I play, they're gonna counter, so I think I'm gonna chill. Leave up counter? No, let's just go Aegis. Let this get countered. Yeah, they used to play blue for cards like, Opt and Consider and Sleight of Hand and stuff in the old blue-red Storm decks. And when you think about it, why do you need Consider when you have fetch land into Surveil land? Surveil 1 is very close to Consider. So you don't even really have to play blue in that deck. It was really interesting seeing like people break down why is the Storm deck mono red? Whether, and people forget how good those Surveil lands are. I remember people asking me how good these going to be, and I'm like, they're right up there. They're better than Shock lands in many decks. And people are like, that's exaggeration. Like, no, dude. I think if I Urza, they're just gonna go for the throat and move on with their life. So I'm actually gonna braided net here. Kind of sucks, but if they do have a Gix or something, it stops them from drawing an extra card. Yeah, Preacher doesn't matter. Good. We can tap this down. Okay, land. And then maybe I can kill... No. So I can tap the Preacher. I can get my Glyph Bridge back. And then maybe I can Wrath next turn. Plus Spring Loaded. Let's see if they counter this. They don't. Nice. I don't know, maybe I save this, but if they don't, they know I have the glyph bridge, right? Or the spring loaded. Or no, I drew that. They didn't know I had that, so maybe they do attack with everything and I use it on their turn. Sure. Can't tap the land, but I can tap this guy. Deal. Millie. Fine with that. Oh! 4 lands off the top. You don't say. Okay, so we're gonna Wrath here, leave them with Spyglass. We've got Urza. Ooh. Can't double spell here. No, I've just gotta go for this. Get that back. Attack. And pass. You can hit me again with the Reef, but that's really all they've got here. The Reef. I can't tap it with the Braided Net. But soon. I'm not blocking this turn, so we'll do this. Wow, that was a very lucky mill. I think that would have just been GG if I had drawn that. 3 steps ahead doesn't do anything here. I'm gonna draw 2 cards here. Jesus Christ. Wow. Well, that sucks. I was hoping to draw a land there. Did not draw a land. Yeah. Go nuts. They just want to get Urza off the battlefield because now I can flip him. Mill me. It's fine. I got a Fab Foundry, so I can bring back a Simpson here. Set up the double block. I'm expecting go for the throat here. They haven't played a removal spell all game, so I'm pretty sure they have... Oh, they discarded this earlier. Ah, Otawara. That's the removal. Okay, that's actually not so bad. There's the land. So Urza comes down, makes all the artifacts cheaper. And then, what do I play? Let's see, I can go... Foundry... into Spider. Now, I can play 2 mana. I can toss the Spring Loaded, get another Spring Loaded. Or I could just Glass Casket. Let's just Casket here. And I guess I flip this. They've milled me, so I should have a bunch of stuff to sack here. Let's just get rid of Mightstone, Weakstone. This comes, and if I untap with it next turn, I get to draw a lot of cards. Should be able to make my land drop then. They top deck. Got double counter spells in my hand as well here. Yeah, let's see if it was a good one. Ooh, a Gix. Not bad. Milling me for 4, that's not really doing much. Should I just chump here? With Thran Spider? Urza. Make 2 soldiers. Non-land permanent. I should just flip Urza, right? Okay. Oh, I thought I'd be able to leave up 3 steps, but I can't apparently. Okay, they're gonna mill us again. So, how am I gonna do this? I need a Spring Loaded to kill that that land, right? So let's just bring back a Spring Loaded. I'm gonna have to put it into play though, right? Wait, does this put it? Yeah. Okay. I can gain life as well. I think I'm just gonna use the Foundry here. We're gonna bring something back that costs 3. I guess we'll go 5 here. I'm gonna bring back the Simpson. We'll lose the Glyph Bridge. Okay. Scry. Yeah. And Igato actually would have killed the Dark Slick or whatever there. Or the Restless Reef, I mean. If I can draw 2 here, I can bring back another thing. Let's do this. Play this for 1. Hey, Go Caliper, what's up? Here we go, going off with the artifacts deck. Let's draw 2 cards here, I think. I have a 10-10. Okay, now we can activate this. And I'm gonna sack Mightstone, Weakstone. Oh, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Bring back another synthesizer, make a 12-12 or whatever, and have 2 12-12s there. They're never gonna kill us. So, Seraph is pretty good. They'll maybe Depop, I think, is probably pretty good. Get Lost, just bringing all the spot removal. I'll take out the slow counter magic here. Mightstone, Weakstone is actually really slow. Same with Urza, because they'll leave in their removal for Urza. I'll just take out the Mightstones, bring in, like, Get Lost. It's just more efficient removal. Paying 5 mana to just get it spell pierced or taking it with duress and stuff. I'd rather just play Get Lost. It's much more effective to fight against their low cost stuff. You know, fight low cost with low cost, not with big expensive stuff. This is going to be really good. They go for the throat, doesn't touch it. Like, most of their removal won't hit it. I hope it does the thing. I wouldn't mind more Tidebinders, but what should I cut here? Casket's good, Sawblades is good. Maybe I don't need 3 Seraphs. I'm gonna go 2 Seraphs, 2 Tidebinders. Let's try that. Could copy the Spring Loaded to kill the creature land. That's another way to do it. Yep, absolutely. I think just having Urza going every turn is already just, they can't win. I can't believe I flipped Urza. I just put Urza in the deck and we got to flip it like the very first game. It's pretty good. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Go Calper. That would have been another easy way to do it, but... Waft Turtle, Domo, everybody said the same thing. Yep. Yeah, we melded it. Yep. All the chat was like, copy it, you fucking idiot. Are you blind? I was like, no, but we can bring back this and do that and blah, blah, blah. This is how my brain works. I want to do the most complicated thing when it's rarely the best thing to do. Just do the most straightforward thing. It almost doesn't matter at that point. I think we were pulling so far ahead. We still have 20-something cards in our library. I could have taken at least 2 more hits, 3 more hits off that dude. But there's no reason to even do that. That said, they can interact with the spell there. Remember, 3 steps ahead, there's a reason we're not playing 4 in this deck, even though it might seem like it's awesome. It's hard to cast. A lot of the times you're casting most of your stuff off the Power Stones and the Fabrication Foundry and the Mightstone, Weakstones, and all that stuff. I'm gonna keep this. So, leaving up a bunch of mana for your spells means they can just counter it, and you're like, oh. Yep. But the other stuff, it feels like I get to tap all this artifact mana to cast my spell. It's very easy to play around Spell Pierce or Make Disappear or whatever they're playing. If it's Esper, it's Make Disappear usually. No 2-drops for them, no 1-drops, so already winning here, I think. Preacha. Yeah. Ooh. I mean, that's pretty good. If I go Foundry into Spring Loaded, it does mean they can counter it, but I still like that. So we do this. They say oops. Yeah. Unfortunate. Gotta do this. Why did they say oops? I think opponent, they don't seem to think about what they're doing. Oh, nice. We got a hard counter out of their hand. Bonus? Okay. Maybe they kept a bad hand. Who knows? Could pop the Mirex right now. I think I'll wait. I could play Demo Field, kill the Mirex, and then play Thran Spider still. Use all of my mana. Maybe it's just better there. I think I should have. All good. When Waft Turtle enters, exile all other turtles. Need more land in this deck. Oh, you copied Waft Turtle, right, Torp? No, we have lots. Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, they're drawing too many cards now. We're falling far behind, but I've got a lot of mana to make use of. Look at that. Let's go demo field. Pass. They go to activate Mirex. Oh, wow. Okay. I think I'm fine with that. They can't Tidebind this. Should have responded, actually. I guess it doesn't matter, actually. Never mind. Get our last planes, jeez. And then I'm gonna go for this. Kill that Preacher. They have 3 mana here, so they could Tidebind, which is kind of annoying. But I have a Ganjo as well. I just don't want them to untap, because then, you know, I can't spring load it unless it's tapped, right? So, yeah, I presume this is... No Tidebinder, nice. That's why I was going to do it in response and leave them... I should have done this. As soon as I mentioned Tidebinder, I'm like, oh shit, if they have one here. But they do not. Spider has reach. Liana of the Veil. Okay. Kill my dude. That is good against Seraph here, unfortunately. I think I will do this. I don't know. I could save that for a Reef, but I have Get Losts and other stuff in my deck. It'll be fine. Lots of stuff. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn it. Oh, do I have Glass Casket still too? Shit. Let's flip this. I'm just gonna exile a Power Stone. We have so much mana here. Okay. And I can crew and block with this. Pass. Can't attack this turn, but next turn I can threaten an attack as well. Blade Wheel is big. 5 mana. Interesting. Sure. You're gonna let me draw a card here too? Oh, the Vault is good. Don't mind discarding wastes here. Alright. I'll bring some annoying deck. Nice. Counterspell Haven. Mix in some white as well. What are you guys high on? This. I get to tap 2 artifacts and crew this Chariot, remember? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So... Did I crew swing? I think I should. Tap these 2. I can still activate Fomori Vault here, which is bananas, but oh, I need to discard a card to do that, never mind. This is a creature that Liliana can't sack. Can't make me sack, which is nice. Yeah. Can't go for the Throat It. So Fomori Vault, I have nothing to discard, so I cannot activate, sadly. But they can make themselves discard, I don't mind that. They toss a land. Okay, I'm going to swing again with Blade Wheel. Ooh, now they're definitely going to attack. But are they going to block with Gix on Blade Wheel, or are they going to let Lily die? Let's find out here. So... I'm going to do this. I guess I should synthesize first. If they know it's coming, they might not block here, right? Okay. Let's crew. We'll top 1 synthesizer and maybe this. What? Move! You're a goddamn legend, Move! Move! You're a lord amongst mortals. Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate that 4 months in a row. Let's swing first. I want to bait them into doing something they probably shouldn't do here. Maybe they'll let Lily die. A teasy beezy. Well, I'm glad I baited that out of their hand before I played Synthesizer there. Nice. Yeah, that doesn't change anything. Chumps. You're definitely not trading Gix. Oh, wow. Really? No way. Yeah, that would be bananas. But they don't know this is coming, so holding this ended up being very good for us here. We get to make a huge body, and I don't need that. I will take a Steel Seraph here. I'm gonna play Seraph, make 2 creatures, send this guy to the air with like infinite lifelink. I could bring back a 2-mana Sting, like Spring Loaded here, kill Urtai. Should I do that? It's very tempting. No. Because they can minus Lily to kill this guy. So, I can actually... Oh, they're gonna bounce him with Otawara. Oh, no. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Because if they go to sack him, I can crew the Chariot, sack the Chariot instead, and still have that guy as a blocker, but they had Otawara. Sure, they're going for max damage here. Yeah, they need to finish me in this game. These synthesizers mean we are going to win the long game here. They can mill my Seraph. That's unfortunate. But it didn't matter anyway. We weren't gaining the life. We needed to have a guy in play. So Otawara is what lost us the game there, unfortunately. Darn. Good hand. There's almost no outs in their deck, so they found the one that gets them out of it. None of their removal actually touches the artifact creature, so... Wow, they really shouldn't be doing all this, though. That's pretty dumb. If I find, what is it called? A bridge? The bridge makes 2 giant dudes that don't die to the wrath. Ooh, the spider. Not bad. Let's make a bunch of stuff. And then I can flash back. Let's see here. How do I do this? This is close. I can attack with the 5/5, and then I can lose it. Yeah, let's crew attack with this. We'll tap the Simulacrums. Fine with that. Bring back this. This. Build Gix. Okay. Sweet. Doing synergistic things. I'm at 2 life, but I've got lethal on the board. They can make me lose a creature here. I feel like it's one of these guys. They're gonna mill me? I'm at 38 cards. That doesn't matter. Oh, can they activate both? Oh, they can do both. Oh, I'm dead. Darn. That'll do it. Yeah, no way for me to get out of that. Okay, they get 1 game off us. I think I should be able to smash them in the last one. We have a bunch of demo fields, too, that will line up nicely there. Tidebinder. Tidebinder is good. I don't think I want to change anything. Yeah, I think we just need to draw a little bit better. Scoot Swarm, jeez. Show and Tell Timeless, yeah. Yeah, Show and Tell's a crazy card. Like, you know, they don't print stuff like that anymore. Sneak Attack. This is really slow. I don't think I can keep that. Okay, this is better. Good. A 5-drop on the bottom. I'm looking for land here, so I'm going to surveil looking for land. Keeping it. Yep. They have a 1-drop. So be it. Good game. Let's just mute this clown. Some people don't know how to be professional human beings, you know? There's many of them. I should tell my opponent good game. I think I can keep all that. demo field for their creature land. Alright. Yeah, MTGO Beast. Yep, ignore. Ignore. It becomes easier the older you get. Because when you're young, you have more fucks to give. You know, your fucketh jar runneth over. So you give a fuck about what people think of your hair. You give a fuck about what people think of the way you act and talk and walk and play sport and everything. You're self-conscious, right? I went through a big phase like that in my life. Big self-conscious phase. I think stuff helped with that, though. Even like things like not... like doing music, like playing in front of people, like doing public speaking, you know, so you don't get terrified by a room of your peers or whatever. That helps to like wear down stuff like self-consciousness, right? I guess I'll do this. Got any more counters? Deal. I'm only taking one a turn here, so this doesn't really matter. I'll just keep playing every single thing I draw off the top, basically. But anyway, once you stop giving a fuck about what people think, the older fuck you get, the fucks you have to give. When you're really old, when you're like 70, your fuck jar is empty, and you say and do things that are just shitty sometimes, but you don't give a fuck. You don't have any fucks to give. That's it. I pass. Presume they're gonna activate Murex here. Do it. Mistakes. Ooh, do you think they have Tidebinder? Sure, I'm gonna let that resolve, actually. Okay. Pretty sure they have Tidebinder. There's not much I can do about it, but at least I get to bait it with the spring-loaded first, right? This. Let's see if they have it. They shouldn't use it. Don't use it. They want to shut off Synthesizer? Is that what they're trying to do? There it is. Shouldn't have used it. Okay, so I'm gonna let this resolve. Let this do the thing. Okay, and I guess I passed the end step here. And demo field Murex on end step. Okay. Sure. Otawara. Okay. Kill Murex. Nice. Now if I find any untapped land, I get to Glyph Bridge, leave them with just Spyglass Siren, and I'll have a huge artifact creature. Oh, what am I saying? Yeah, no, I'm getting the 5th land here, yeah. Derp. Bridge, do you have a counter? The answer is no. You can have that. I get a giant dude. Because that's how that works. Don't want to land? Okay. Nice. And again, Liliana they can discard. This guy just is going to get replaced as soon as I draw another 3-mana artifact. They need another Tidebinder here to interfere with Synthesizer. Okay. I could even flip Glyph Bridge right now. That'll also trigger Synthesizer. Oof, Tidebinder pretty good too here. I have artifact in the yard? Yeah, let's do this. Okay. Now if they play a spell, they can't attack, and if they attack, they can't play a spell. They can make me discard Tidebinder, which sucks. So I don't know, maybe I should have Tidebinder first. I would have had to Tidebinder the Preacher. But then they would have plussed pre-combat, so I would have Tidebindered probably in response here. Yeah, they can't attack now. They have Otawara to bounce my token. You want to discard some cards? Oh, they say yes. Okay, so they have, yeah, they have last card Otawara here. Real spicy because we've got Simpson here. I can flip the spring loaded, but it doesn't kill. So they've got... Yeah, that's interesting. God damn it. see here. Block. I could flip spring-loaded here. Attack with just the 4/4. Should I attack with both? I don't think so. Just attack with this. Make them use their thing. Okay. Pass. Okay. Lose the Sand Swirl. They activate, I feel. Sure. Feel that. Okay, now what do they want to throw at Chariot here? Let's see. Makes sense. Block. Yeah, Gix is good. Gix is good, but Simulacrum Synthesizer is also very good here. I just need to find something to give me some more action. Please, no land. I surveilled the land off the top already. A couple turns ago. Ooh, lucky. Wow, that was pretty lucky on their part. That makes a dude. I think I'm gonna craft with artifact, flip this, make another dude. Okay. Untap, draw a bunch of cards, so we can catch back up here. The 4/4s trade for reefs, sure. Top decking well here. The land was huge. I can't believe they top decked the second land. That was not good. Yep. Pretty lucky. Wow, that's not smart. Okay. Well, that's easy. They should not have attacked with Gix there. Okay, great. I might have a chance now, actually. We shall see. Yep, they draw a bunch of cards, though. I draw land. That is not good. Jeez. So I can bring back Spring Loaded. Casket. I need to make... No, I didn't draw a 3-mana artifact. I needed to draw one 3-mana artifact here. And I don't have one. So now I lose. Darn. Yep. Unfortunate. Plat, what are we talking about? Artifact deck? BO1? I don't know. BO1 maybe, but I don't even think... I don't even care about BO1. Like, I don't think about it at all. It's not a real... It's not real. It's like... It's a Magic format, but if you warped it, like if you just took it and warped it in a really bad way to be very, very kind to aggro and combo, for the sake of BO1. So it's almost impossible to play anything but aggro and combo. If you're not playing aggro or combo, you have to be skewed toward beating aggro and combo in your main deck. So it's like a whole like kind of weird pseudo version of Magic that's not real. It's like Alchemy. It feels like a surreal alternate timeline version of Standard that doesn't make any sense really, but you know what I mean? I don't know, these kind of decks, control decks, I would never play in best of one. Just would never play control. It's crazy. It's like saying I'm gonna enter in a triathlon, but I only have one leg or something. Playing a slow deck in a format like that, but Once human. Oh, nice. The paid content from what I saw is in line with what they promised. Oh, good. Well, that's good that you didn't get ripped off. I find, ugh, God, is that the state of games today? Like, great, the devs actually did what they said they were gonna do. That is actually good, but I don't know. It was okay. It didn't grab me. You know what? I think it took too long to get into it. I think their whole tutorial area is way too long and drawn out, and people keep saying, yeah, by the time you get really into it, it gets better, and it's like, okay, but my time's precious. I don't have that much time to waste getting into a game. I just want to jump in. You know what I mean? So I probably won't play it, but the demo was okay. It was rough in a lot of aspects. It didn't seem very as polished as I was expecting. But maybe is it a lot different now that the release is out, or is it basically the version that we had in closed beta, open beta, whatever, the demo version they released? I'm gonna keep this in the dark. Yeah, you can play BO1. It's fine. I mean, a lot of people who don't have time, they play BO1 to rank up really quickly because it's super fast, right? Play Mono Red, play BO1, and you'll lose a bunch, but you'll win more than you lose, and you'll rank up, and that's great. But yeah, BO3 is actual magic. The BO1 is just, it's not magic. It's like saying, you know, what if baseball wasn't 9 innings? What if it was just 1 each or something? Or like, you know, like we're playing a bunch of periods or halves or 90 minutes or whatever it is to, you know, to allow the variance to be leached out of the game. This game has a lot of variance, and to combat the variance, you need to play a lot of rounds of the game. To find out who is the best player in the world, it's people who play tons of Magic and their win rates are 65% lifetime, 63%. That's incredible. The best pros in the world have win rates like that. But it takes such a massive sample size to get to that. So you break it down to BO1 versus BO3. BO1 is way higher variance. So they try and offset that by rigging the game, the hand smoother. I don't know, I guess this isn't something that's openly talked about, or every Magic player knows, but I think most new players don't know that the hand smoother exists in BO1, and it basically looks at 2 hands of 7 cards and gives you the hand that has a better mix of land and spells. So it's almost like pre-mulliganing for you. So of course that favors decks that are aggressive and linear. So things like sure, mono red, Gruul, whatever on the play here, pretty good. I have to leave them with a creature and it kills me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. So I'm not going to show them anything here. Yeah, it favors decks like this, because if you're like a 21 land deck or a 22 land deck, if you're playing best of 1, you can just cut a land from your deck. Cutting a land from a control deck and going from 26 to 25 is not a big deal. Cutting a land from a 21 land deck to a 20 land deck, that's for an aggro deck, it's much more important to have high spell density, because your spells are low impact, because your spells are not big, swingy, powerful 5 and 6 mana spells. They're 1 and 2 mana spells. They're good for killing opponents quickly, but once they get to turn 8, if they're not dead, you're dead. You know what I mean? So, hold on. What am I bringing in here? Seraphs come in. Anam Pakal's interest, or Akal Pakal, it's got a lot of toughness. Get Lost comes in. 3 Steps comes out. Mightstone, Weakstone's really clunky. And what else do I have here? Urza. It's a 3 mana 2/4. I guess I probably should keep it, right? Maybe I will cut all the Mightstone Weakstones. Let's try this. So BO3 is actual Magic. It's the way the game was originally designed to be played, because you have a 75 card deck. You don't have a 60 card deck. To make up for the fact that they're not playing the game the way you're supposed to play it, they had to artificially adjust the variance to make it playable. Otherwise, best of 1 would be a shit show. If it was just, you know, most of the games are won and lost via variance. Via, you know, did you get mana screwed, mana flooded? Like, who drew a better mix of land and spells, you and your opponent, in the early game, in the late game, and, you know, as the game evolves. So it's really tough to to play best of one Magic. You just can't, like, the reason we have best of three is to make it more competitive because, yeah, there's linear decks that are really good. They'll die to other decks that are really linear, and another deck that's really linear will beat that deck, and it'll just, you know, go around and around like that. So that's not very fun Magic if every deck, if it was literal rock, paper, scissors. But the sideboards give you the ability to adjust. It allows for things like control to exist. Control decks heavily rely on their sideboard. So playing best of one is like, it just, like I said, it's a natural disadvantage for control and a natural advantage for decks that are aggressive or combo oriented. Because they operate in the early game, right? I don't know if you pay, well, I don't know how long you've been playing Magic, but oh, that's awkward. Okay, I thought they were gonna maybe attack me with a haste creature there. Shit. I guess it's Fab Foundry into Spring Blades, but I want to get Urza down. My mana's kind of hurting me here. So, you know, the mulligan rules over the years, when they changed, right now we're on the London mulligan, they call it, because it was Pro Tour London that they changed it for. But there was the Vancouver mulligan before that. The Vancouver mulligan... Sure. I guess I'm going to kill this Questing Druid before it gets out of control here. And then Braided Net can tap Slick Shot. There's a bridge I could slam, but then it leaves them with one dude, right? Okay, hold on here. I've got a demo field of land because I need the actual white or blue source here. I get white. The white, you know, for artifacts I can get off Fabrication Foundry, but I literally can't cast Urza here. So, nice. They don't have a green source, apparently. Okay, let's go Braided Net. Pass. And then I can tap the Slick Shot. We'll see. See if they can kill me here. Anyway. Hold on, let me catch up. BO1 is a means to add. Drafting is fine for BO1. Yeah, Limited's different. Limited, you're not able to put together a 60-card deck that's super linear and, like, you know, a combo deck or whatever. Anyway, I was talking about the mulligans. So the mulligans... Okay, they get this scry here. I could respond and tap it down now. Like, my one fear here is if they go untap green source and then they have Ranger's Guile or whatever shit up, you know, Tameo safekeeping, that kind of stuff. Obviously gonna tap this down. The London mulligan is what we use now, but the Vancouver mulligan before that, like, people always go like, yeah, mulliganing and stuff is a huge reason why you win and lose a lot of games in Magic. Why don't they do away with that and let you have a more consistent, like, what if I could put a bunch of cards back and draw that many cards, or, you know, a million different commander ways to mulligan, right? In a more friendly format, it makes a lot more sense, but I think people who say those things just simply don't understand how Magic works. Yeah, you know, they don't understand how combo decks and really aggressive and linear decks will have a much when you do that than any other deck. Like, if that was the mulligan rule, like poker, draw poker, then the combo decks would be insane. There would be no reason to play anything else. All the entire format, every format would be all combo and stuff. It would be Yu-Gi-Oh, right? But yeah, you can't. Like, so the variance is important. It's part of the game. You know, look at the mana system in Magic. It's inherently high variance, right? Another Kumano, jeez. Okay. I should have tapped that guy on upkeep. I'm super lucky they had a tapped green source here. I could have been dead. The mana being in the deck and drawing the mana out of the deck as you play it is unique to Magic. No other game does that. All the other games have mana that is added at a set rate each turn, or you can choose to add a mana or draw a card or whatever. Like, you have much more control over your resource that you're using to spend to cast all your spells or whatever it is, right? Magic doesn't have that, but that is why Magic's awesome. That's what makes it one of the funnest, most fun games. Just super exciting. The games are really, they can be high variance or whatever. Oh, they're just gonna pump? Sure. Jesus Christ. Okay. Maybe I should Fomori Vault here? I could field that green source. I know they don't have a basic forest. I think I just have to do this. And then leave them with etching. And pass. Tap whatever they play here. Maybe die. They have 2 cards. They have no second green. I'm gonna demo field that Ridgeline. What else do they have? Sideboarding is, yeah, how you play Magic. Like, that's how it should be. It makes the deck, it makes the game a much more balanced, interesting game, because all the decks have ways to interact with each other. There's too many strategies, so you've got to use a sideboard. It's the perfect solution. It lets you kind of have these different decks and have them be able to still compete with each other, you know? This is crazy. So they're going to flip Kumano. They're going to get another guy here. Crazy. What am I going to do here? God damn it. So I can... I'm dead. I literally didn't draw any Get Lost or any Seraphs, nothing, none of my sideboard cards here. I need to interact better than 5-mana Sweeper here. And this is where the 5-mana Sweeper shows how weak it is. It's not a Sweeper. Because their guys are randomly 2/2s. I lose. This is irrelevant. Sure. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Pretty sure I'm dead. The more you know, yeah. That kind of stuff, and Mulligan, yeah, a lot of people don't talk about these things because they're not things that are advertised, but that's how the game works. But this is what leads, people not understanding that stuff is what leads to silly conspiracy bullshit about the shuffler being rigged and stuff. It's people who don't understand how best of one hand smoother works. Anyway, we lose to Gruul aggro, darn. Yeah, the Artifacts deck is very draw dependent, like a lot of decks, but even more so, you need to draw, you know, it's a control deck, Artifact deck. Not only do you have to have a bunch of 3-mana artifacts, you need to also play your control role without counter magic, so you've got to rely on the removal lining up perfectly and everything else. It's got some issues, but I'll try one more match here. And then maybe I'll actually try and do some winning, and I'll switch to Temur Fireballs, and we'll get up to Mythic. That's what I should be playing right now. But Untapped is mtgtop8.com. That's one great site for lists because they don't have a lot of the other bullshit that, like, MTG Goldfish is good as well. You can you know, look through a lot of different stuff, but there's too many layers you have to go through. It's not as clean. And what are the other ones? There's MTGA decks. There's MTGA Zone for like arena related stuff, but you can just get that off Untapped. It's all they use anyway. They just kind of aggregate all the data and put it in one place. But it's imperfect data for arena. You know, nobody really has a good picture of any of it. Am I gonna keep this on the play? Any land and I can Thran Spider start going. I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, I can ditch Wastes here, I think. And then look for a land. I'll probably Surveil on turn 1, look for a land. But yeah, the hand smoother. Yeah, like, right, exactly. Well, I think, you know, in a perfect world, we wouldn't have play boosters either for sealed play. With you know, the sets jammed into them and all that stuff. Like, I think sealed is a gong show. Unfortunately. It was not a great format before, but yeah. You know, it's funny, I was talking about Block Constructed and saying I miss playing Block Constructed. It was kind of have a format like that in modern day, you know, Magic. Like, it's just it would just be solved immediately. It's too small, right? People would just immediately figure it out, but yep. But it's funny, somebody mentioned Modern. It's kind of becoming a meme. Like, Modern is like block constructed, where every time they put out a Modern Horizon set, it becomes all the cards in that set are what takes over the format. You know, it's kind of funny. It's a big block, but there's like 5% of the cards, you know, or it's like something like 30% of the cards in decks are from the last 5 sets or something ridiculous. Another fun fact about Modern that I just learned recently, apparently this last Modern Pro Tour, the shadow of Nadu hanging over everything, was the first Pro Tour that featured a deck that was crushing and winning the tournament that did not have Fable of the Mirror Breaker in it. So hey, progress. Progress. That's right, folks. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, apparently not good enough to win it's won every single Pro Tour from the moment it was legal to this Pro Tour that just happened. And it's a card that came out 2 years ago or whatever, 3 years ago now. So Modern's in a state. Power creep keeps effing with them. What am I playing against over here? Cavern of Souls, Sokenzen. Interesting. Green red maybe. Power crept Fable. Fable got power crept right out of that. It's still seeing play. I didn't say it wasn't seeing play. It's still so good. It's seeing play in what, the Storm deck, and in the Jeskai control deck, and in the blue-red Wizards decks, and all that Jeskai Wizards, all that nonsense. But it didn't win. First time. It even won the Lord of the Rings Pro Tour. But it could not win against Nadu. Nadu too strong. It's hilarious. Anyway. It's a crazy state of things. I was going to talk about this new thing I posted. Did you guys hear about the booster pack? I showed the promo video. The promo video is great, but they just announced another booster pack, a value pack. I wish I was kidding. There's a pack now called a value booster, and it is well, I'll show you. We can look at it together and cry. They said they weren't going to make more packs. They actually got, like, draft pack set, or what was it called? Yeah, set boosters and collector boosters. It was like 3 different boosters. So stupid. Consumers would go to stores and be like, well, which one should I buy? And this person at the store as well, like, if you want the really expensive cards, you buy the expensive one. And if you just want to play Magic, then you buy the other one. And if you know, and they're like, what? And if you want to draft, then you do this. It's like, okay. But, so they did away with the draft booster. They went to a play booster and collector booster. Okay, 2 boosters, like, still not great, but sure, fine, that's it. No, now there's a value booster for people who are economically conscious, and they want to save money and enjoy Magic at the same time. It's basically a pack that's guaranteed to not have anything worth anything in it. It's just draft chaff. It's I don't even know. So they haven't announced a price for it yet, but I'll show you in a second here. You can keep that. My opponent's in shambles here. Oh, and you have the Imodanes too. Shit. Bro. Okay, I'm gonna Mightstone Sanguine, maybe? Maybe I just draw a couple cards here off this Mightstone Weakstone. Is that crazy? I should probably... Unstable Glyph Bridge flipping is pretty sweet because it means if they Imodane, they can't attack that turn. Maybe I just flip the Glyph Bridge, seriously. Sack a Power Stone? I think I will. They're not going to have a way to kill Glyph Bridge, are they? I think I'm going to do it. It's 5. Oh, it's 5 to flip. Never mind. So, yeah, I can even have a mana up after. Hasbro drools over the stock ticker. Yeah, right. Price point. So, yeah, that's what I said. I basically said, well, look, let's talk about the pack in a second here once this opponent scoops. No, they shouldn't scoop yet. I mean, they have 3 cards in Imodane, so this might be a few turns. I'm going to flip the Glyph Bridge. I think it's kind of funny because it blanks the Recruiter. They probably won't read all the words on this card. Just wait. Look at how many words are on this goddamn card. 2 sides where it's 2 pages of words. I wouldn't read it. It's a weird optical illusion. The longer you stare at these cards, it's like alchemy cards. The more words they suddenly appear on these cards. It's very strange. Well, now if I Glyph Bridge, I lose my big guy. Do I give a shit? The answer is no. No, I do not. Skadoosh. Now what? Go. Okay, so if the Imodanes, they can't attack, which I'm thoroughly enjoying here. It's gonna be hilarious. And if they attack, they can't play anything. A play booster, that's a good question. I don't even know. I don't know. I feel like a play booster is... They scoop. They got there. Yep. Here. I don't even know. It's been so long since I bought one, but these are the value boosters. At select retailers, you may see a new kind of booster. It's going to be 3 commons, 2 uncommons, and 1 wild card of any rarity, plus 1 that is a land, a foil, or a special guest card. So 3, 5, 6, 7. A 7-card pack value booster. So they didn't say a price. They didn't talk about how much it's going to be or anything. $5.99? No way. No. Oh, you mean a play booster? A play booster, depending on where you live. Like, I think in Canada, it's like $5. I think in the States, isn't it 4 something? And then in Europe, it's like €4 or something. 3.50. Maybe it's 4 now. I don't know. Depop. TB. Should I give him a little inoculation against TB? Get lost. Ugh, spot removal's pretty shite against them, isn't it? I'm gonna bring in a little TB here. Whitestone, Weakstone, not amazing either. Okay. So if that value pack is like $1, then you know what? Sure, I don't even care. That's so cheap that, yeah, get people into the game. That just helps. That helps people get in the game. But if it's like $3.50 or something, $3 even, that's too much. That's garbage and is not worth it. It's just ripping people off. I'll keep this. Not an amazing hand. Need to find a sweeper here, but Tishana's hopefully will shut down a really scary offense here. And double Meticulous Archive. Ooh, Aegis not bad. Oh wait, that's not... yes, I'm gonna keep that. That's not actually an O-ring. It only hits creatures, right? I can't actually exile non-creature permanents, which is unfortunate. Obviously, it's because of the equip stuff, but another card with a bajillion words on it. God. The craft cards all have so many words, right? The double-sided cards. Okay, so we go Foundry. No 2-drop. They're going to play their soldiers on end step here. Value has to be inexpensive for it to be worth it. Right. It's not anything... Yeah, you're right. You lost your draft booster for this cash grab? What cash grab? Oh, you lost the draft. Yeah. This is the thing that draft boosters died for. Yeah, like that doesn't feel like we're going forward. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna win this game. Need to find a sweeper. Nope. Well, I mean, Tidebinder can shut off the forge, but yeah, I'm expecting fireworks here. Hey, what's up? Selesnya, Naya, counters, or tokens? No, honestly, that is the archetype that I almost never play, Sunlight. I'm very sorry, I don't have much for you, but you can look on, I can point you to where you might find some stuff, like, you know, MTG Goldfish or MTGTop8.com. They'll have lists from tournaments and stuff. Dig through those, you might find something. But I haven't seen any, like, are you talking about for Standard? What format are you referring to as well? I'm not sure. We're playing Standard right now, so I assume you're speaking about Standard, right? Okay, did they not? Ooh, Depop. I will keep that on top. Okay, I've got to shut off that forge here. Yeah, there's a lot of... Yeah, exactly. In other formats, absolutely, you could find stuff. I don't play most other formats on Arena, but also I think that kind of strategy is just not good right now in a lot of formats. I think maybe in casual formats. In Standard... No, because those, unfortunately, the problem is there's too many good sweepers like Temporary Lockdown and you know what? There's an Oni Cult Anvil list that I could give you, but you said Selesnya or Naya. Yeah, if you're doing like with Mondrak and all that kind of stuff, it's very difficult to do. I mean, there's stuff that makes tokens. Resolute Reinforcements, the other 3-drop that these guys are playing is also good. Damn it. This is not good. That thing has 1 on it. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Kill this. And then I can craft exile artifact. We'll just lose a... Oh no, I can't lose the map. Awkward. Okay, it's gonna be Fab Foundry. Because I need to tap 2 artifacts to crew this thing. Okay, then I pass. See what they do. So in standard, there's just not a lot going on in green and white and red. You're gonna get trashed by control decks. Now, again, one more question I guess I should ask is, are you talking about best of 1 or best of 3? Because best of 1, maybe there's a chance. Maybe best of 1 is so aggro oriented and there's so little control that you could probably do a tokens thing in best of 1. I have no idea what that would look like. I'm not... Best of 1 is not a format I get into at all, so... But... Trashed, yeah. I get trashed this game, of course, yes. We're not playing Temporary Lockdown in this Artifacts deck. This is one of the worst aspects of the deck, is you're not able to play Lockdown because you're playing so many 2-mana artifacts. You could try and build this artifact deck without playing 2-mana artifacts, then it gets much worse. Like, one of the best aspects of this deck is having, you know, a card that can kill a creature and then turn into a creature to block, etc. So we get to crew here. And this thing, bringing